Hey, my unbothered peeps. This week I felt like a human pincushion, but honestly, I probably would have done just about anything to feel like myself again. But before I get into my whole story, I'm going to tell you about myself and this channel, or what I hope this channel will be about. My name is Christina, and I'm a woman over 50, and I've been married to my husband for 30 plus years. We still have both our adult sons still living at home. I have so nicknamed my oldest son the hermit because he doesn't go outside and he doesn't, interact with the public. So therefore, he's called the hermit. And then my youngest adult son, I've nicknamed him my second daddy because he thinks he's the boss of me and he likes to dictate everything I do. And then we also have two fur babies. They're two long-haired chihuahuas, and their names are Biscuit and Gravy. And they may make appearances on this channel sometimes. They're adorable, and I hope they don't steal the show, but it's okay if they do. But anyway, back to the story about why I feel like a human pincushion. It's been going on for quite some time. Probably about 3+ years ago, started having hot flashes. So, all my over 50 ladies, you possibly know what I'm dealing with. I just felt like my inner core was just on fire, and I think it came from the pits of hell. I don't know how else to describe it, but nothing could cool me off, and it would just come and go randomly. I tried everything. I tried black cohosh. I tried over-the-counter Estroven. I tried everything. I bought cocktail pills off the internet. At night, I would use a ceiling fan. I have a standing fan, and I would jack the air down to like 68 degrees. And my honey couldn't stand it. He would lay over there like an Eskimo with his little face poked out. He's freezing, and I'm sweating, burning up. Dealt with that for probably about 3+ years. And then probably within the last year, or probably in the last year and a half, my hip would hurt. The brain fog kicked in. ADD kicked in. Gosh, I would get so distracted about everything. I didn't want to work. I wasn't able to concentrate on anything. But nothing was working. And I talked to other people who sounded like they might be going through something similar. They were taking pills, seemed to work, or creams, or patches, or whatever. And I was just like, everything I'm doing isn't working. I've got to do something. And then someone told me about HRT, and I also saw it on social media. So it's hormone replacement therapy. And they're pellets that they actually put in your butt cheeks. They're not suppositories. But so I researched it, and then because I'm an over researcher and overthinker, I did that for several months and found a place, got a referral, and the day I went in, come to find out I was at the wrong place. I was at the place across the street, and I was supposed to be at another place, but whatever. Excuse me. So they take your blood and they measure your hormone levels, and they tell you what your numbers are and what you need. So about a month ago, I needed lots of testosterone and lots of estradiol and then progesterone. And before this, excuse me, I had already started taking some vitamin replacements. I actually use AI Claude. I've called him Winston. I used him to help me with vitamin supplements. And so I started taking B12, D, something else, CoQ10, and then magnesium glycinate. I take the magnesium glycinate at nighttime. And taking those pills or those supplements, I had already noticed a difference, but it just wasn't enough. And the insomnia, oh my gosh, the insomnia was so bad. Because if you get up to go pee, you can't go back to sleep. And then my mind would race, and I would think about all the things. and then the hot flashes would kick in. Then I'd get hot, and then 2 seconds later I'd get cold. And the crazy thing is, like, my hands and feet would be like ice, but then my core would be hot. Anyway, so the supplements were helping, but just not enough. So back to where I ended up going for the HRT, they found that my numbers were really, really low. So they said that I was a good candidate for pellets. So I did the pellets. And so they numb your butt cheek a lot, and then they cut you open. They cut you a little bit, and then they insert the pellets. And you can't do anything for like a week. Can't go swimming, can't submerge, can't do a lot of exercises, can't do running. You can probably go walking. No bike riding, because that's what I also did. I do walking and bike riding, and I couldn't go bike riding. But anyway, so for a week after you get the pellets injected, you have to heal and make sure the pellets stay in. And so everything was great. And then didn't really notice anything till about 2 weeks in. And then my stomach started getting a little bit flatter, though I had gained 20 pounds before this. But all of a sudden I woke up one day and I realized I didn't have a hot flash the day before. And so I'm almost a month with 0 hot flashes, and it's amazing. So like I said, I had all the fans. It got to where my husband and I compromised. I turned off the ceiling fan because I used the other fan. But for Christmas, he bought me a bed jet. And since I've had the bed jet, I haven't had to have either fan on, because the bed jet blows cold air on you through a sheet. And that is amazing. That was like the best Christmas gift I've ever received. But anyway, so the pellets, I noticed that I haven't been running the bed jet on 100%. Don't have the fans. I even have a desk fan on my desk too. But I've noticed I didn't have to have all those things. And I still sleep very hot because I'm a very hot-natured person. But I have the bed jet, I think, like on 20% now. Anyway, so I go back this week for my checkup to see how much I've been going through the hormones, and if I need a booster. And so I had to give my blood for them to see what my numbers were. And of course, I was still pretty low, so they gave me a booster. So in my other butt cheek, I got a couple more pellets of testosterone estradiol. And I can't remember if I said they also prescribed me progesterone at nighttime. So I take the magnesium glycinate at night and the progesterone at nighttime. I actually can sleep through the night. I don't, because biscuit and gravy get me up to go outside. But, and I don't wake up tired. That was the other thing. I was so tired all the time. Sleep for 8 hours and felt like I only slept for 2. Those were on the nights that I didn't even have the insomnia. So anyway, so this week I had to do my blood work to check my levels. Then I got the booster of the hormones. And then because they checked my levels and because I'm on the testosterone, my blood is thick. So they decided to give blood this week. And that's the only reason they agreed to give me the boost. And I also had my primary care annual checkup. And so I go to my primary care the next day, and they take blood to do a full panel workup on me. And while I was there, I complained about my trigger finger, which is not caused by shooting a gun, but I had trigger finger in this hand. A few years ago, I had it in this hand, and they give you a shot like in the tendon area. And so when I went to primary care, they took my blood to do a workup, and they gave me a shot in my finger, but it's locking just a little bit. But anyway, so I got a shot in my hand, in my finger. And then a couple days later, when I had the time, I actually went to the blood donation place to give blood. But before you could give blood, they have to prick your finger to test your iron. I don't know if they could do anything with my blood because of everything that I was on. And I forgot to ask. But those are all the pincushion things. I had given my blood 3 times, 2 for them to test the numbers, my primary care to work up, do the blood work up, and then I actually had to physically give blood. Had a finger poke, and then a finger shot. Oh, and I forgot. Friday, at the same place, I get my hormone replacement because I'm vitamin D deficient, and because I just don't have a lot of energy. Even with the hormone replacement, I opted to get a cocktail that they have. It's a vitamin shot. They call it a lipo shot, but it's a cocktail of all these vitamins. So I got 2 shots in my arm for that. So it was just, at the end of the week, I was like, my gosh, I've just had all these things going on, and I've just been poked, shot at, and I felt like, what are those things called? The people that, I think they're called familiars, that vampires keep around, like just suck the blood on, and they keep them alive. That's what I felt like. Anyway, it was just crazy. But the other thing was, the reason why I did the hormone replacement therapies, because I had to do all this research myself. A few years ago, my primary care, who the one I saw this week is different. The original one that I saw, he retired. And this one he's pretty good. Like I said, he gave me a shot to help with my trigger finger. I didn't have to go to a specialist like I did with my first one. But my original primary care doctor, I had complained about the mood swings, the insomnia, the hip problems. God, I even went and saw a specialist for my hip and went to physical therapy for my hip. And all of that's gone now with the hormone replacement. But my primary care just wrote me off and said, oh, go talk to your OBGYN. Well, I hadn't seen her in I don't know how long, because I had a hysterectomy in my late 20s. Still had my ovaries. Thank God. I couldn't imagine what I would have gone through in my late 20s if they took my ovaries then. But anyway, that is the story of me being a human pincushion this week. I don't know if any of y'all can relate, or if y'all have done hormone replacement therapy. I got friends and family members that have done shots. They've done the supplements. They've done the patches and the creams. None of that helped. None of that has helped them. Excuse me. And now, because I feel so much like myself again. Oh my gosh. I am the Christina that I once knew. I thought I lost her. But it's just crazy how menopause just takes those things away from you. And why is it called menopause when it's women? Is it men pausing? I don't know. I don't know where my brain was going for that. But anyway, I just want to encourage those of you that are dealing with all the menopause, perimenopause, all the things, that you need to be an advocate for yourself. It kind of upset me that my primary care, just shunned me off last year, and then I had to go figure it out on my own, which I'm glad I did. But I don't know. I don't know if other people have had success with other things and not done the hormone replacement therapy, but I'm telling you, these pellets, it's life-changing, for me especially. And my glasses, oh my gosh, I'm getting to where I can't even see. My arm's not long enough to read things anymore, and I used to make fun of people that did that crap. But anyway, so y'all don't have to suffer in silence. Check out hormone replacement therapy, or the pellets, because like I said, that was amazing for me. I'm so glad that I did it. But I will keep y'all posted on those things. And again, on this channel, I will probably be talking about all random things or what happened to me that week. But yeah, that's it. So until next time, Unbothered peeps. I may be outnumbered, but as always, I am unbothered, unfiltered, and we'll see what we got. Talk to you later. Bye, y'all.